Hi there, myself Madhav Jha. I welcome you to CodeChef and let's have a look at this question.
The problem is subset min-max. The problem difficulty is easy and there are no prerequisites. Let's have a read at the problem. For an array A of length n and a binary string s of length n, we define the function of s as follows. That is, we create an array B containing exactly those values of ai such that at the same index in our string s, it is set to 1. So if now b is empty, our function of s is equal to 0. Otherwise, function of s is equal to minimum of b multiplied by maximum of b. So what we have with us is, we have this array. Let's say it has the values 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And similarly, we also have a string s that goes like something this 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. Now if you are trying to form an array B with this, we will only include the elements in B where the index of s is value of s at index is set to 1. So in this case, the value here is 1. So the element that we pick here is 2. Similarly, we pick 4 and 5. Now since the elements in B is there and B is not empty, the function of f of s that will be applied on B will be nothing but minimum element in B, that is 2, multiplied by maximum element in B, that is 5. This gives us 10. Now in case the B was empty, function of f of s would return 0. Now we are given this array A of length n and a binary string s, and we are also given a positive integer x. Now in one operation, what we can do is, we can toggle one of the bits of s by paying x amount of coins. That is, we can either change 0 to 1 or we can change 1 to 0. After performing the operation, we will save the final binary string, let's say s dash, and we will receive the function f dash, whatever value it gives, as the number of coins in return. Our goal is to maximize the possible number of coins that we can have at the end. That is, doing this operations, this is the reward of coins that we get. And if we choose to perform any of the operations of flipping the bits, we have to pay x coins. So now it's up to us how many operations we want to perform. In short, we want to maximize the final reward that we get after making all the changes, that is noted as function of f dash minus c is the number of operations that we have performed and x is the number of costs that we have to pay as coin for each of these operations. So for input format, we have three test cases, and for each test case, we have three lines. The first line contains two integers n and x, n being length of the array A and length of the string s, and x being the cost of toggling one of the bits in string s. The second line contains n-spaced integer. This is our array A, where it has the values a1, a2 till an. And on the third line, we have the binary string s. For the output, we simply have to output the maximum possible number of coins that we can have at the end. As for the constraints, number of test cases can go from 1 to 10 raised to 4. Length of the string and array can go from 1 to 2 into 10 raised to 5. Value of elements in array can go from 1 to 10 raised to 9. And the same goes for the cost x, that is, also goes from 1 to 10 raised to 9. And since our string s is a binary string, it will only contain the characters 0 and 1. Let's see some sample inputs. So for the very first sample input, we have n is equal to 4 and our x is 6. It means we have 4 length array and it has the elements 6, 1, 5 and 4. Similarly, we also have a binary string s that contains the character 0, 1, 1, 1. Now with this, if you see the original B without performing any operations, will contain the elements 1, 5 and 4. We cannot choose 6 because the element against it in S is set to 0. So if we consider this as our B, then what we would have is, we will have the function of S in this case to be equal to maximum multiplied by minimum. So minimum here is 1 and maximum here would be 5. So that gives us only 5 coins. But can we improve this? Let's say we choose to perform one operation and we flip this bit to be equal to 0. Now if we do this, 1 is removed from our array B. Now function on s dash will give us minimum, that has now become 5 into 4 minus the cost. We have performed this operation once, that is, this is 6. So what we get is, we get 14. And as you can see, that's the answer here. Let's see how we can approach the solution. So what we want to maximize is nothing but the element that we have in B, the minimum, and the maximum that we have here. For now, let's keep aside the cost that we are going to have here, right? Because cost we cannot change. So what we have to do is, we either have to increase the value of this element, or we have to increase the value of this element. But maximum of B cannot be increased. So in B, or let's assume in an array A, whatever is the maximum element, right? If we have already chosen it, there is nothing that we can do to increase it. But the minimum element, well, we can increase this. So let's say this is the minimum element, right? Then we have minimum plus 1, and we have, let's say, minimum plus 2. Now in this case, this is the minimum and this is the maximum. We cannot increase maximum, but we can increase minimum. That is, by toggling this bit to 0. If you toggle it to 0, the next element will become the minimum. If you toggle it again, the next element becomes the minimum. If all of them are toggled, then at the end we only have the max remaining. So this is the operation that we can perform. That is, if our max is present, right? In short, the element in S at index of max, if it is toggled as 1, it means max is present. If max is present, then all we have to do is keep removing the smallest or keep removing the minimum elements. As we keep on removing this, we will have whatever value that we have, that is min into max, right? And we can remove the cost by the number of iterations or the number of elements that we have removed. And whatever is the maximum will be our answer here. Now in case max is not present, right, then what do we have to do? If max is not present, then we have two options. The first is to insert max into the array, or the second option is continue without the max. So if we continue without the max, we will get an answer, right? And after that, if we choose to insert max again, we'll again follow the same thing. So let's assume we start with the case where we do not have max in our array A, right? That is, the max is not set. In that case, what we can do is, we can first set the max, get all the values. Similarly, if we do not set the max, get all the values, and whatever is the maximum answer that we get here, that will become the final solution. That is the maximum number of remaining coins that we can get at the end, whether we choose to perform any number of operations or not. And with this, we have our solution. Let's see how we can implement the solution in C++. So for each test case, we call the function solve. In solve, we take the input of n and x, and then we take the input of our array. While doing so, we find the maximum element that is present in our array A. Then we take the input of our string s. Then we go over the elements that are set in our string s, and at that index, whatever element exists in our original array, we put them in our array B. Now we sort our array B. The reason to sort this is, as we have seen in the approach, what we can do is, we can keep on removing the smallest elements. So for that, we write a separate function. This function, what it does is, it will go over the elements going from the smallest and keep on removing them. Now, as we remove the smallest element, the cost increases by x. So the function value is nothing but the maximum into minimum. So minimum is the current element that we are at, and maximum is the last element present in our array B. So this is the result of our function, and we subtract the cost. Cost will be nothing but x into the number of elements that we have removed. So we keep on doing so, and we always, at each point of time, we take what is the best or the maximum coins that we could have. We keep on doing this, and this gives us one of the answers. Now this was when we did not know whether the max is included or not. If max was already included, then this is the best case that we can get. If max was not included, then what we will do is, we'll put the max into our array B. That will cost us x coins. We do this and again run the same calculation and check what is the best value that we can get. At the end, we will print the maximum number of coins that we could get after performing any such operation. And as you can see, I have AC in my C++ implementation. Let's see how we can implement this in Python. Again, for each test case, we call the function solve, take the input of nx, then our array and our string s. Then we calculate the maximum element that is present in our array A, and then we also populate our array B. That is, we populate the indices in S that are set to 1, and at the same index, whatever value is present in array A, we put it into B. We sort it and then calculate values. If max was not included, we include the max, decrease that amount of coins, and again calculate the same values. That is, what is the maximum number of coins that we can get at the end. At the end, we choose the best answer and print it. And as you can see, I have AC in my Python implementation as well. So I hope you understood the problem, the approach, and how we can implement the solution in both C++ and Python. Have a very good day, and I'll see you in the next video.